सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respect. From today, I'll start expressing and explaining the truths at least 2 sutras and answer all the questions. So all the satsang centers watching the sutras and my explanations live, you can send your questions to the NTV, send your questions through email. I'll attend to your questions and respond every day. So all the satsang centers, devotees watching live can note the information. From today, we will have full 3 hours morning session. First, I'll start with the sutra number 90th. For this sutra, for this whole satsang, the subject, non-possessiveness, key to exist. It's a 90th sutra, the second chapter of Patanjali Yoga Sutra, 39th verse. Let me get into this verse. After I complete this verse, I'll go to the next. Aparigraha stairye janma katanta sambodaha. Oh God. Swami Vivekananda translates this sutra as, when the yogi is established in non-receiving, he gets the memory of past life. Swami Prabhavananda translates as, when a man becomes steadfast in his abstention from greed, he gains knowledge of his past, present and future existences. Swami Sachidananda translates as, when non-greed is confirmed, a thorough illumination of the how and why of one's birth comes. The ability to condense the greatest truths in one sutra, the Patanjali's ability, God, I just can't grasp. As per the Panini, sutra means which describes the greatest truths in minimum words without missing the basic points which anybody can understand, expand, expound in future. So if I use all these definitions, no other book can be called as sutra except Patanjali. The depth with which Patanjali is expressing on each word, I can go on for hours. And I do not know, even after that, I'll be able to make people understand. If I just make a statement suddenly, in the quantum physics and quantum biology, whatever happens and the reciprocation of the happenings is reflected in your neurobiology. That is what is stored in your biomemory, which is responsible for your existential reality. Let me repeat. What happens in the quantum physics and quantum biology is a response in your neurobiology, is responsible for what is happening in your biomemory, and because of that you experience existential reality. If I need to expand on this one statement I made, or later on some of my courageous disciples venture to expand and interpret this line, what I made, the statement which I made now, if they are intelligent enough and catch my consciousness, they can expand on this and write a whole book. Because each word I uttered is a separate philosophy. And I have connected all that philosophy and given a clear final definition of how you perceive this reality. Alright, the statement which I made spontaneously now, I'll expand on that in the next session. Let me expand on. No, what I mean to say, the statement which I made spontaneously now can be considered as sutra. Too many important truths in unbroken way, conveyed with minimum words, with the possibility for people to expand, expound in future. This is what is exactly the definition of sutra by Panini. So Patanjali has done the same job in the sutra. Aparigraha stairye janma katanta sambodaha aparigraha. Let me explain the word aparigraha. Non-possessiveness. Usually all the orthodox translators translate as non-possessiveness as not possessing the external worldly things. But I am translating non-possessiveness as not possessing anything which is not you. Please understand. Non-possessiveness of anything which is not you. Start with the external objects, like a luxury items. The outermost layer is luxury item, like too many cars which you don't use in your day-to-day life. Maybe I can give an understanding. First, when you start anything which you have not used for more than 1 year, give it away. Then, after you are settled comfortably in this aparigraha, then come down. Anything which you have not used for last 6 months, give it away. After settling down comfortably in this aparigraha, then come next. Whoever asks whatever you have, give it away. Then come to the next level. whatever you don't feel as you, give up. Then come next to the level. Whenever you don't feel even your body and mind as not you, decide to give it away. The subtle and subtle and subtle levels of non-possessiveness. Maybe for 3 or 4 seconds, you can feel you are not the body with the understanding of Atma Vichara or the ability of unclutching. Then those 3-4 seconds, be non-possessive of body. Maybe 2-3 seconds, you will be able to feel you are not the mind by unclutching, or the Atma Vichara Jnana, means understanding that I am not. Those few seconds, give up your mind, be non-possessive. Understand? If you are non-possessive of your body for few moments, suddenly it will alter itself, it will align itself with the cosmos. It is you who is holding your body in the battered, damaged condition continuously by sitting on it. It is like many magnets are broken to pieces and are lying, and you put a huge blanket on it, and those magnets are all lying here and there in a chaotic way. If you just lift the blanket and leave them for themselves, they will all suddenly align in a clear north-south zone and stand in a proper line. See a magnetic needle, if you put a big blanket on it, naturally it will not align itself the proper north-south. It will be in chaotic position. The way in which you put the blanket, the moment the blanket landed on that needle, how it was, it will be in that same position. It will be in a chaotic way. But just remove the blanket. What will happen? It will align itself properly to north-south. Same way, possessiveness is the blanket you put on your body. So the moment you put the possessiveness on your body, means you possess your body, any problem you have, your body is caught in that problem. Your body is bolted in that problem. Please understand. You hold on to disease because of your possessiveness to your body. Have courage and lift the blanket of possessiveness. Suddenly the body will align itself. The magnetic needle will align itself. Suddenly, new kind of health, new feeling connection, new settled feeling, a new joy, new wellness. I can say, you will understand the meaning of the word wellness when you stop possessing your body. Non-possessiveness is responsible. Aparigraha is responsible for the wellness of your body. It will suddenly align itself. Maybe it is too new for a modern man's mind to comprehend, because from the beginning you are taught, if you possess your body and chisel it, it will experience wellness. I am telling you, ultimate yoga. Just be non-possessive of the body. See, If you can bend your body, chisel, do 108 Surya Namaskar, weightlifting, everything, great. If you feel you can't, for that 1 hour, renounce your body. Not by sleeping. Sleeping is not renunciation. Wakeful aparigraha. Being non-possessive. I tell you, being non-possessive of your body, the first thing will happen is your digestion system will become so peaceful. How to find out whether you are non-possessive or not, In 2 minutes, your digestion system will release and excrete. It means those, for example, if you have been non-possessive of your body for more than 21 seconds, within 21 minutes, your body will excrete. These are all the Hatha Yoga secrets. Actually, if you have the intense unclenching, you will suddenly see that stomach is completely emptying itself and you feel like going to the bathroom. And after the cleaning, when you come back and sit, an unprecedented or ununderstandable wellness will be going inside your body. This is one of the symptoms. Because possessiveness of the body is directly connected to the digestion system. Non-possessiveness, anybody who has problem with the liver and digestion system, this non-possessiveness will completely heal you. You may think from where to where he is connecting. Experience, then you will understand what I am saying. These are the deepest mystical secrets of body and the mind. How they both are connected. Non-possessiveness of body suddenly puts you into the great wellness. Anything which is not you, stop possessing. For example, when you walk, decide not to possess your body and see how it walks. When you talk, decide not to possess your body. See how it talks. When you do any action, decide not to possess your body and see how it does. When you eat, don't possess your body, let the body eat. Suddenly you will see, you will not be overeating. When you listen, don't possess your body, suddenly the sound will neither create irritation in you, nor create disturbance in you. It will create a deep peace in you. When you see, don't possess your body. Suddenly you will see all the seen are only seen, not reality. When you don't possess your body, you will realize all the seen are only the seen, not the reality. When you experience touch, don't possess your body. Allow it to enjoy it in its own way. As the biomemory of your touch reciprocates the touch. That is what is exactly Tantra. I am defining Tantra. When you are experiencing touch, Don't be possessive of your body. Unfortunately, we start possessing even the other body. Don't even possess the body which you are carrying. You'll see, wow, a different space, different plane, different experience altogether. The very word aparigraha can be a complete technique for your enlightenment. Tena tyaktena bunjitam akrita kasya sviddanam kuruvanneveha karmani jijivishet chatakku samaha evam payinanya dedosti karma lipyate nare. Ishavasyopanishad. Enjoy the whole by renouncing. Some of these deepest secrets of mind, body, and the life, when I understand the deeper and deeper secrets, deeper and deeper gratitude starts overflowing in me for the amazing intelligence and the Himalayan peak intelligence of these great rishis. I don't know how many layers of meaning I can peel out of this one sutra. Aparigraha stairye janmakatanta sambodha. Next, if I go to the word stairye, if you are stable in aparigraha, non-possessiveness, Janmakatanta, all the possible existences of you in the past, in the present, in the future, the overlapping of the past into the future and future into the past, and being battered state of by the past and by the future in the present. Please understand. None of you are in the present now. You are in a peculiar state called being punched by the future, by the present, by the future, by the past, in the present. There are different existences of you. The pure past, past janmas. Pure future, future janmas, future possibilities. Overlapping of the past into the future means your created future possibility. Overlapping of your future into the past. The way in which you remember your past is nothing but the overlapping of the future into the past. Please understand. You don't remember your past as it happened. For example, you were equally interested for a toffee and for a car and for a beloved in your life in the past. At the age of 7, the interest which you had for candy, at the age of 14, the interest you had for your own vehicle, maybe motorbike or car, at the age of 20, the interest you had for your life partner, all three are equivalent. But now, when you remember your past, You remember your interest for your life partner and the car more intensely than the interest you had for candy or toffee. This is what I mean. The past you remember is the projection, overlapping of the future into the past. It is not exact pure past. The pure past and the pure future does not bind you. Overlapping of the past into the future, overlapping of the future into the past binds you. Let me define the states. Pure past, pure future, overlapping of your past into the future, overlapping of your future into the past. The fifth state is being battered by the past and future in present. Almost all of you are in that state only. The sixth stage is pure present. Understand? Muladhara is pure past, greed. All the greed and fantasy is based on past. Swadhisthana, pure future. All insecurities related to pure future. Manipuraga, the past overlapping into the future, Ori. When the past overlaps into the future, it is Ori. When the future overlaps into the past and missing something, attention need. When the future and past is battering your present at this moment, and constant comparison and nagging and suffering is Vishuddhi. Unable to realize your uniqueness of the present is the Vishuddhi. Pure present is Anya. Pure presence is Sahasrara. The 7 states. The word Janma. I think nobody in Janma explained the word Janma. Orthodox people translate the word Janma as births or incarnations. I am translating that word as the various possible existences. If you translate the word Janma as birth, it becomes too superficial. No. Various possible existences. Every moment you are in different Janma. The mixture with which you are made is changing every moment. So the word Janma has to be understood in all its components and dimension. The 7 Janmas which I expressed now is the 7 Janmas spoken continuously in the Upanishads and Puranas. It is not 7 times you take a different body is called 7 Janma, no. Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha, the 7 world is exactly now what I expressed. The pure past, pure future, past overlapping into future, future overlapping into the past, and the present being battered by the past and future, pure present and pure presence. When I say the word pure presence, it is inclusive of all these six and which is witnessing all these six is presence. Suddenly you will see that whole zigzag puzzle clicks. Oh God. Right. Be in pure past. Fantasies will not affect you. Pure past means what? Dead. So understand, yes, this is the way it all happened. Dead. Over. Why will that affect you? The affecting starts happening when the pure past trying to overlap into the future. You want it again. I tell you, be with awareness during this Janma. Now you have a Janma. Find out in which Janma you are. Are you in pure past? Are you in pure future? Are you now in past overlapping into the future? Are you now in future overlapping into the past? Or are you in a state of past and future kicking you in the present? Or are you in the state of pure present? Now sit and scan. You are in which Janma? I feel most of you are in the Janma of Vishuddhi, where the past and future is hitting the present. Completely battered, shaken, chaotic. Miserable. I tell you, if you are caught in pure past, it is not even being caught. It is like a living among the dead samskaras. Never you will be disturbed. The pure past has no problem. But you once in a while sprinkle little water on it and try to expect some dead body will come back to life. And you can have a ghost. You can have the ghost. And you may be able to have that samskara or that past repeating once more in the future. I tell you, if you live intensely in this moment, you will completely kill this moment and never ever expect that this moment should be repeated in your future. It is the non-compliance to the moment is non-completeness of the moment. Non-compliance to the moment is non-completeness of the moment. When you do not comply to this moment, because of being possessive of body or mind, the non-completeness of the moment happens in you. A non-completed moment is karma, which asks you to come back to the same janma. Please understand, when I say the janma, I am not saying the human body, I am saying to the same energy space, and asks you to complete that karma. For example, this moment you are stuck in the future overlapping into the past. Then That record goes and settles down as that engram and calls you again back to the space of future overlapping into the past to complete and comply with that engram, which is a non-complete because of your non-compliance. So you are summoned back again to that same energy space to comply with and complete it. Now I am revealing a deepest secret to get rid of the karma chakra, the karma bandha. Another one important truth you need to know: fortunately, each one of your energy centers can hold only 21 engram. Please understand. If you have 2000 fantasies, if you have spent your whole life in pornography, even then your Mooladhara can hold only 21 fantasy, not more than that. So 21 times if you go back to your Mooladhara and comply and complete that fantasy without creating one more, that is the important thing. When you go to that zone, you should be fully busy in nivritti. But after going there, you should not think, wow, I have the possibility. Come on, why not collect 2, 3? Who is going to watch? No. Any of your energy space can summon you only 21 times if you don't create some more cases when you visit there. It is like a court summons you. You go there, and if you attend and properly comply and complete and come back, it can be heard, it can be considered as one hearing. All your centers can summon you only 21 times in the whole life. But the problem is, when you go to the court, you do some perjury, some lying. So naturally that perjury case continues. And when you are again summoned, you do one more perjury. Understand? So that is why I am saying, with this clarity and awareness, if you live even 21 days and go on complying and completing every janma of you, you are liberated. This is an important factor you need to know. Factor and fact. In none of your janma, energy space, you hold more than 21 strings. For example, I am saying, past being projected into the future is Manipuraga. So you have only 21 defined problem in Manipuraga. Even if you have lived unconsciously in your Manipuraga for last 200 years and did 200 crimes, it is all forgiven. Only 21 are picked up and kept. It has an automatic filtering system. By nature, you cannot hold more than 21. All more than 21 goes away into the Sanjita. If you break this 21, Sanjita gets burnt automatically. See, it is like you steal and store a lot of money in the Swiss bank, and you steal and store some money in your country bank. Suddenly you die. Then what will happen to both the accounts? Waste. Same way, more than 21 engram in each energy space goes away to Sanjita, but if you kill this 21, automatically other things disappear. various ways of existences is Janma. See in which way you are existing now and try to push yourself to the next level of existence. This is what is developing your Janma. Anything you do to push yourself to the next Janma is Punya. Anything you do which pushes you to the lower level of Janma is Papa. That's all. The existence, anything you do which pushes you to the next level of existence is Punya. Anything you do which pushes you to the lower level of existence is Papa. And anything you do which does not comply or complete the present is Karma. Katanta, the next word. Why, how, where, the Janma. Now whatever I explained, that is Kadanta. Sambodha, the illumination, enlightenment happens. Let me give you the essence now. If you are established in non-possessiveness, all the possibility of how, why, when, where, about your various existences are revealed to you. You become enlightened about all your various existences by being non-possessive. How? When you are not possessive of body and mind, you comply with the present and complete the present. Complying with the present and completing the present leads you to presence. Non-compliance of the present and non-completing of the present leads you to the lower 5 levels of existence. Either past overlapping into the future, future overlapping into the past, pure past or pure present. Understand? Compliance and completing of the present by the non-possessiveness of the body and mind, which I call egolessness, which is responsible for Ajna, opening of the Ajna, leads you to the, please understand, non-compliance to the present and non-completing of the present leads you to the lower forms of existence. Compliance and completeness of the present leads you to the presence. If you are not complying with the present, you are pushed to the lower 5 forms of existing. Past overlapping into future, future overlapping into the past, pure future, in present, past and future shattering you, shaking you. 5 forms of existence. Look in which form of existence you are in. Look in which form of existence you are in, and try to comply with the present and complete the present just for next few days, again and again and again, you will experience Sambodha of Janmakatanta. You will experience illumination of all possible existences of your being. Actually, I feel complete now. I delivered a baby now. Practically, I delivered a baby. Because the truth I revealed, delivered, I know which was not there in the cosmic consciousness. It is just pure addition to the cosmic consciousness in last few moments. When a baby is delivered, mother feels relieved and woman becomes mother. When a truth is delivered, an incarnation feels relieved, and only now, only during these moments, person becomes incarnation. Now, whoever mothers this truth inside them, they will also deliver enlightenment. Let me come to the statement I made. Quantum physics and quantum biology all right, I'll better take a little more time and elaborately expand on each word. Now already I can feel that all your minds are grabbing which one to pick up and which one to... It's like too much is in my plate. I'll give you the essence of whatever I said now. Gist. By non-possessing, the layer by layer by layer in your life, finally non-possessiveness of the body and mind leads you to comply and complete the various forms of existence, which leads from one to the other, one to the other, one to the other, finally to the present. And when you comply and complete the present, leads to the presence, which is enlightenment of all forms of existences of you in the past, present, future, and the past overlapping into the future and future overlapping into the past, and the past and future battering and shattering your present, and the pure present and the pure presence ultimately. I think I'll give you the break to digest and explain the second and third sutras later, explain the next sutras later, because I really thought I'll do 3 sutras today, but the way and depth with which this first sutra came out, if I speak, it may be recorded for the future, but I don't think your bandwidth can grasp what I am saying. It's like you trying to download 100 MB file with ordinary, small Tata Pota card or and the low internet signal. I don't want your machines to get stuck. Machines to all right. I bless you all to experience, to achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, and share the eternal bliss. Nityananda. Thank you.